You know what? On a day like today, wish we had smell-o-vision. Already smelling so good in the Hampton Roadshow kitchen with Chef Bob. We're making individual beef Wellingtons. Wow, always outdoing yourself, Chef Bob.
Well, just trying to do something that's kind of maybe fits the holidays a little bit.
Yeah.
Maybe some people do it as a tradition. You know, and there's a couple different ways of doing it. We could do it as a whole roast, and that's, I guess, traditionally how it's usually done, as a whole beef tenderloin, and then you just smother it and cover it with puff pastry and bake it out. But we want to do the individual one because that's a little better TV.
That's good, and we always love good TV.
Yeah.
What kinds of ingredients do you have organized? And sometimes you have, you know, the whole side filled with ingredients, but these, not too many.
No, not too many today, and it's very simple. And there's a lot of this. Like I said, it's basically a beef tenderloin. It's going to be wrapped in puff pastry and baked off. The filling, you can change that to whatever you want. I'm going to do kind of a traditional one. It's going to have the beef tenderloin here. We're going to serve that off first. We have what we call a mushroom duxelle. Mushroom, and basically that's a big word or fancy word for saying it's sautéed mushrooms, and it's usually done up and cooled a little bit, and that's used as a topping. And then we use a little pate. And you use a goose or a duck or even a pork pate. And, you know, there's different ones that are available, again, at Farm Fresh. Right.
Good,
and then, like the beef tenderloins, so you get these cut down to this size. And actually, this week, I think they're on sale. It is on sale through
that's
Christmas
always
Eve.
a good thing. So do you get them like this, or do you go to the butcher and you ask for the certain cut?
They'll have this already cut for you, or if you want more, you want some center cuts or things like that, special ones, see them, they'll take care of you.
All right. Okay. So you're going to sear this off. Now, as far as the beef tenderloin, I mean, what kind of cut, you know, when you're talking about the range?
Well, okay, it's the primo cut of the beef.
The best.
Yeah, it's the best, yeah. And it's a very tender. It's known for its tenderness. It's a muscle that doesn't get a whole lot of use, and it's very tender. Should be fork tender for you. Okay. But we're going to go ahead and do this. We're going to just salt and pepper that.
Salt and pepper the tenderloin.
Tenderloin. Okay. And I'm just going to put a little canola oil in here. Get this started up. Okay. And we're going to get this started.
Wait, hang on. Is this the right way?
Yeah, you're doing fine.
Wait a minute. No, wait.
There you go.
Wait a minute.
You did a carry.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Carrie, did you see what I just did? This is a confusing one. I'm going to give it to you. This is confusing.
And then we're just going to go ahead and start this up. Okay. Just put them the seasoned side down. We're going to try to cook this up for about 3 minutes, 2-3 minutes on each side.
Right.
And we're just really trying to get it to about a medium. A rare stage. Okay, because we're going to actually cook it again inside the puff pastry, but not a whole lot.
So you don't want to cook it. You don't want to overcook it for sure at this point.
Right. And it all depends on how you want the end product to be. Okay, and probably most of us want to be somewhere between that medium rare and, stage. So, and I'm going to take the next pan, and we're going to do the mushroom duxelle real quick. Okay. And that's going to be a little more.
More olive oil.
Yep. I use canola oil.
Canola oil. I'm sorry.
I'm going to fortify that with a little flavor with some butter.
Ooh.
Okay.
All right.
And
this is when the mushrooms come in?
Mushrooms go in there? Yeah, let's go ahead.
And what kind do you have here again?
I use, I think on the recipe we said you can use any kind of mushroom. Yeah, mushroom's about half of that. I think it's going to get a little full here. Okay. And then we're going to saute this up.
Here. I will work on this.
And, I got a little ahead of myself. We should have been doing a little bit of some shallots.
That's okay. I like the way you do that though, because it's gonna come out all right in the end.
It will.
For sure.
Oh, absolutely.
So we're gonna turn these over, sear that, and then this is gonna cook down a little bit.
And then next segment we're gonna put it all together for you.
You know exactly what I was gonna say. You know it too well, Chef Bob. All right, guys. Chef Bob. Everybody in the kitchen with Chef Bob, making individual beef Wellingtons, a holiday gift perhaps to somebody in your family if you want to cook for them. And the beef
is seared off, and we try to get it to about a rare stage. And then we did the mushroom duxelle, which I said to demystify it a little bit. It's basically sauteed mushrooms. Okay, so did up sauteed mushrooms. And I've also in the past done things where you added some demi-glaze or some other flavors to beef stock to just kind of boost the flavor, but basically looking for a flavorful kind of a mushroom mixture.
Right.
Okay. And then we have the pate, and like I said, you can do it with either goose. Generally, they're made with goose or duck liver or pork liver, and these are all things you can get in our delis in our stores.
Now, I would imagine that this is probably a pretty typical Wellington
This
dish.
is, right.
But if you don't want the liver, you were talking about some substitutions.
Yeah,
which,
take it out. I've done it
then
with
it
like
wouldn't be a Wellington, but
well, I think the Wellington basically pertains to the wrapping over the puff pastry.
Okay.
And it came from, I guess, way back historically as Duke of Wellington. It's named after him. Some argue it was his favorite. Some say it was because the puff pastry matched his boots. But, you know, we're talking about boots here. But,
that's right,
you know,
all about the boots.
Yeah, that's a history lesson for the day.
There you go, Chef Bob, thank you. All right, so we've got the puff pastry here.
That's a sheet of puff pastry, and I just kind of pressed it out just a little bit more than, and we want to try to get to about, 6-inch squares, roughly, because it's going to stretch out. I did a little bit of flour so it doesn't stick to the board there. And we're going to go ahead and add a little bit of, I'm going to do the first one here for you. We're going to put a little bit of mushroom mixture down first, okay?
That mushroom mixture is smelling good, by the way.
Not too much, okay? Because then, and then we're going to do a piece of pate, and then do the
what?
over top, and then we'll just
all that's going to fit?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We're going to bring the edges up like this, okay? And then I use a little bit of egg wash, just egg and water, and we're just going to use that to kind of help seal this.
Oh wow.
Okay. And we can bring the edges up.
Like a little cake.
Yeah, like a little bag afterwards. And that's what and then we bring it all up here, and then we're just going to pinch this all together so it doesn't leak. Okay, when we bake it. Okay, and then we flip it over.
And that's it.
That's it. And then what I'm going to do is, when we put it on the pan here, we're going to cut about 3 or 4 slits in there just to kind of let all the inside steam kind of air out so it doesn't modify the.
Very interesting. So I'm going to get working while you do that. So not too much of the mushroom mixture, then the pate, and then the beef right there.
There you go.
This is a great project to do with your family. Maybe older kids help you with that.
Yeah, I think the younger kid. Well, you show one, and then it's real easy to learn and to show kids.
Kids learn fast.
They do. And I'm doing a little bit of egg wash on top. This is going to help give a little bit of browning for it. And you did a great job on that.
Thank you.
And one thing I want to mention, too, is we did let's go ahead and tuck those corners. Well, you can leave those out. That's fine. That all works.
It all works. You're okay with what I do.
It works great. So I did save the pan that we served the beef.
Oh,
because we're going to use that pan later on, how we do this pan sauces, to kind of do a sauce to go along with this. Okay?
Right, so you save the juices.
Save the juices. Save that little bit of stuff that sticks on the bottom of the pan that makes it all great and tasty.
Okay. I forgot the egg wash. Wait a minute.
No. We'll make it. It'll work.
Okay.
Don't worry,
that
Cheryl.
one, guys. Don't worry.
It all goes the same place, right?
That's true. All right. So in the meantime, is this the only thing we're going to work on in this segment?
Yeah, it is. And then we're going to come back and we'll do the pan sauce in the last and put it all together.
So the egg wash goes here to kind of seal it up?
Yeah. All right. And you see what you're really doing is everything's, all the seams are coming on the bottom so it won't, it shouldn't come apart for you.
All right. This is probably not a surprise, but we're getting the sign to wrap it up. But we're going to work on this.
Great
in the meantime, send it back over to Carrie.
I know if it is. Here it is right here. Here's the sign.
I have dibs on Chef Bob's.
Oh, what are you saying?
Sure, I mean, you're doing fine. It's just...
You would like Chef Bob's...
Nice, really nice.
I just forgot a few things. That's all I'm saying.
This is yours, David, so you don't want to know what's going to go in here.
All right, I'll take whatever I can get.
David Culver, of course, is here today because our own Cerise Dugard has...
Chef Bob has been busy in the break. You really have. You fixed my beef Wellingtons. You put them in the oven.
Don't doubt yourself. No doubt.
Thank you. And you made some spinach. What is that cooked in?
We just a quick, simple one. You just put the beef Wellington right on top of it as a bed.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and just that's your veggie.
My veg.
So to round out the meal. But I just did a saute with a little bit of olive oil, shallots, salt and pepper, butter, and spinach, and finish with a little bit of wine. Okay. But we're going to go ahead and make that pan sauce.
Right. This is from the mushroom drippings, or
this is from the beef.
Oh, from the actual beef. I'm sorry. Yeah, the beef.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and start with the. Do you want to dump that?
I can.
Be a little hot. Let's go ahead and make sure.
Oh, it might be a little hot. You're right. I'm going to let you do that then.
Okay. We're going to add a little bit in there, and grab a wooden spoon.
Sure.
Over there. Is there one over there?
We'll grab one. There should be one here, I think.
Oh, there they go.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. And then we're just going to saute that up, just enough to get that aroma up and get that little cooking a little bit.
Yeah,
the leftover mushrooms we have, let's go ahead and throw that in there too.
And then here you use some Cabernet Sauvignon.
Right. And go ahead and, don't worry, I'm not going to get you.
No worries.
We're going to do a little deglaze with the Cabernet first.
Oh, that first? Okay.
Yeah.
And...
Okay. Yeah, say about maybe a quarter cup.
Quarter cup?
Yeah. There you go. And we're just getting that, lift that flavors right off the bottom of the pan there.
All right.
Okay. Move this off a little bit. You got it.
That was good.
Get a little bit of, yeah, you like that, huh? Get a little bit of beef stock.
Beef stock. Okay, all of it?
No, maybe about a
half of it, right?
Yeah, there's good. That's good right there. Okay, and then we're just gonna let this reduce down just a little bit to kind of tighten up a little bit, and we'll add the butter at the very end to make that finish off that sauce.
How do you know when you're at the point where you can add the butter and you're almost done? Like, what do you look for?
I just look for about a reduction about halfway.
Okay.
About
all right.
half the juices. We don't want it to be too
sticky.
Yeah, or liquidy, too watery. And want to be able to kind of stick to, not stick to the plate, but kind of, hold the shape a little bit. Okay, and the butter basically just comes in there to help richen that flavor. And then I think the Wellingtons are ready.
Perfect timing.
Good job. Look at.
They look really good.
Look how good job you did on those.
Thank you. I think you're buttering me up. That's okay. That is all right. So the spinach goes on the bottom because that's what you said, right? That'll kind of be like the base.
Yeah, I'll do one plate here and I'll. Like I said, usually put you to fire here. And then we're going to just take one of these Wellingtons. It's best to kind of let this, try to let it
cool down a little bit, right?
Yeah, just less. We like to call it resting. Let it rest for just a bit.
It can rest on the spinach, right?
Right. And then we're going to, reduce that heat a little bit on there. But we're going to finish this butter sauce off right here. In
your own kitchen, you can work the time a little bit better. We're, putting Chef Bob under the gun just a little bit.
Just a little bit, but that's fine. That's
so you melt down that butter. Does that sauce then go on top of the?
I usually like, because you have a crust and you have the bread, you don't want to lose. You don't want to lose that. I try to go with the sauce around.
Okay.
A little bit. Okay.
This is why you're the chef and I'm not. No, but we're going to let this cool down, or melt down, as you say. We're going to plate up all the beef Wellingtons and share before the end of the show.
Share.
Chef Bob, thank you.